Where does that game rank with the best you've ever been involved
Yeah, it's definitely up there. It was an unbelievable performance from the lads from minute 1 to minute 80. I think it's always hard to compare games where you've actually won something, won silverware, compared to a game where we're on that journey to it. But at the moment, we're still on that path. So it was definitely up there as one of the best performances I've been a part of, and it was a fantastic week in camp with the lads, and I think we've brought together so many good men, and the environment we have here is something really special. So please God, there's a lot more of those great days to come.
Yeah, well, you just talk to me a bit more about that environment, because there seems to be so many players playing at genuinely World class level, and there seems to be such cohesion within the group. What's it like living and playing with these guys every day? Is it really competitive, or is it very encouraging? Like, what's the secret?
Yeah, it's both. It's extremely competitive. The training sessions. I know Johnny said the other week about you wouldn't know what 15 is the starting 15 when you're looking at training. I think that couldn't be more true. The standard of everyone in the environment is so high, and it's pushing people on. It's pushing the standards, and but in saying that, everyone's there to help each other and help other lads get to that level and push each other on. And I think that's why the performances have been so good the last 2 weeks. So yeah, no, look, it's an incredibly enjoyable place to be. I think the coaches have facilitated this environment where lads can come in, be themselves, add value to the people around them and to the culture of the club, of the organisation. So we're really privileged and blessed to be part of such a special time for Irish Rugby.
So just finally, I know the Netflix cameras are knocking down the place. How have you found that?
Nah, they're grand, just in the background, aren't they? I haven't had too much one-on-one kind of dealings with them, but yeah, it's fine. It's not something that we're letting distract us at the moment. But to be honest, I think most of the stuff they're seeing at this stage is us just having a bit of crack and playing games before training session stuff. So I don't know if it's going to be the most riveting TV people have watched when it finally comes out. But look, it's great for the game. It's great to grow it and get more eyes on the sport and help develop it across the world. So I hope it comes out well. But it hasn't been too much of a distraction yet.
A win like that against top team, what does that do to confidence within the camp?
Yeah, look, it's great because obviously they're kind of the team we haven't been able to topple the last while, and we've come up short the last few times we've played them. So it's definitely a bit of an itch we've been able to scratch now, beating them. But I think the confidence is high anyway, and I don't think if we'd gone out and maybe things hadn't gone as well, we'd slightly be less confident. But I think we know what we're about here. We know what we're trying to produce, and beating France is just another stepping stone to what we want to achieve. And there's another massive 3 weeks and great opportunity on the horizon.
What do you put it down to? What for you, with all of your experience with Leinster and Ireland, what do you think is key to the Andy Farrell team?
I think everyone knows their role so incredibly well. Everyone has such a good understanding because the coaches have such a good understanding of how they want to play the game, because their messages are so clear and concise. No one is in any doubt about what is the right decision to make in the moment. And when you have 15, 23 lads out there who are on the same page pretty much every single moment, it allows you to focus on nothing else but being in the moment, being focused and doing what you need to do to get your job done. So I don't think we play an overly complicated game of rugby, but it's the understanding that the coaches have brought to the squad that allows us to be at our best.
You mentioned there a group of good men is the phrase you used, and Andy constantly talk about people and personality traits as much as the game. It's like, what kind of values do you push in?
Be yourself. If you have a question, there are no stupid questions on something that is said the whole time. That if you have an opinion you want to share it, the floor is always open. No matter if you're Jamie Osborne with 0 caps or Johnny Sexton with 110 or 111 caps, everyone has the same input. If they can come in and give their opinion, even there's no wrong opinion. It's an open floor to talk about things, dissect moments, to get to know each other better, to have a better understanding of each other, so we know how we tick. So I think that goes a long way of lads being open and being that bit more vulnerable with each other and allowing themselves to make mistakes, to learn from it, to be better. And I think it's there's no walls, there's no egos, which is incredible. And I really do mean that there is no egos. Everyone knows their role and their what they can bring to the environment, and I think it just harnesses everyone's potential.
So basically, Andy seems quite personal. Like, what's he like around? Say, you is he chatty? Is he standoffish? What's he like as a head coach?
Yeah, he's great. You know, he's not sitting up there having coffee with the lads, you know, taking the piss out of each other. But he's always quick with a gag and stuff, and he's, you know, you walk around, say hello to everyone, you know, pick lads up. But he's very good at picking lads up for little chats and you know, checking in with them, seeing how they're going, seeing what they're thinking and stuff. You know, he gives some lads a bit of special treatment. You know, Bundy's always getting a bit of slagging off him and stuff, and Killer and things like that. Lads who need to be kind of kept under the thumb a little bit more. But now he's himself, Paulie Foggs, the dynamic between all the coaching staff, Si and Caddy and stuff is brilliant, and you can really see that they love what they do, and they care so much about the game and the group and the environment that they're trying to create here, and it's a really well-oiled machine, the coaching staff.
You mentioned there the path, that you know you're on the path. Is that towards like trophy specifically, or what's it towards?
I suppose at the moment it's just towards Italy, but there's a lot of other things in the horizon coming over the next few months. But you know, we're not too focused on anything other than the next moment, the next opportunity to take the pitch, whether it's training today, training tomorrow, and then Italy next week. So, you know, we know where we want to go, but we're worried about the next step and nothing after that.
Sorry, just one last one then. I don't know if you did a review, you've presumably done it this morning or whatever, but like, how much is left there? You have beaten France with a bonus point at home, which is crazy. Limited in one try. How much is still left?
Plenty, more than people would think. There's so much that we get wrong at times. You know, we're looking at clips today where we've butchered tries, simple, easy tries to score with just an extra pass, better communication, better body shape, better body language, things like that. That, you know, there's always more to be better at. There's, you know, we break it down to the smallest moments of, you know, our lifts and lineouts, or the way we run our attacking game, our defensive pressure that we put on teams, our rucking decisions, our, you know, our attacking ruck, our defensive ruck, you know, our hold fold, everything like that. So it's a constant work in progress, and there's a lot that even the small meeting we had this morning already, just in units and stuff, where we let them off the hook massively at times last weekend, and I'm sure they're sitting in their camp at the moment saying, yeah, look, we could have scored here, we scored there. But, you know, we're kind of always trying to push standards here and never rest on what we've done. So we know we want to be better again against Italy, and, you know, we were good against Wales for 30-40 minutes, and, you know, it was a more complete performance against France in the weekend, but there is such a scope to improve, which is incredibly exciting, because, you know, we're #1 team in the world and just beating France at home, and we're looking around, we're not massively happy with what we produced at times. So I think any organisation that is that kind of self-critical and wanting more from themselves and each other is an organisation that's going to go places. So you know, it's exciting times.
Just on Johnny last week, said it was a triple crown last year, and trajectory of the team, the aim is to go up, and that obviously means the championship this year. And you said championship, thinking in his head, Grand Slam. When Ireland won the last 2 Grand Slams, was in Wales and was in Twickenham. Is that hard to contain the excitement if you are kind of looking at the bigger picture about winning a championship or a Grand Slam in Dublin? Is that somewhere beneath the surface?
Yeah, but I think it's quite far beneath the surface. You know, it is obviously exciting, and I alluded to there, Marie, that, you know, it's such an exciting time to be part of this organisation. But we're not, you know, we're not. Our minds aren't in Dublin in 4 weeks' time. You know. We've got to go to Rome next week with a vastly improved Italian team who've, you know, in parts of in both of their games, they really put it up to England, they really put it up to France. So there are no easy games at this stage at this level. So yeah, look, there's potentially really exciting things down the line, but we have to go to Rome next week, and that is going to be a massive challenge for the 23 to get the opportunity to go out there. So we don't like to get too far ahead of ourselves.
Jack, there seems to be this air, from the outside looking in, an air of confidence of being we're #1, being tagged as the best team in the world. Is that reflected within the group, or are you quite at ease with that tag?
I think Irish teams in the past have probably shirked it a little bit. We've probably kind of been, and maybe it's Irish people by their nature to kind of being, oh no, don't say that, But look, we've worked unbelievably hard to get to ourselves in this position. But again, it's not something that's spoken about. We're constantly trying to progress and be better, and whether we were 10th in the world or first in the world, that would still be the case. So we're just continuing looking to be better.
Johnny spoke after the Wales game that he was surprised at how nervous he'd been in the Basque game. How have you felt yourself in tournament so far? Is it a collective good nerves, I guess, among the group?
Yeah, absolutely. I think everyone, first game in the championship away, everyone's nervous. There's kind of an added edge to it. You feel slightly more comfortable at home in your own environment, your own settings when we're getting ready to play in the Aviva. So I think it's a different kind of level of nerves, a different kind of expectation on you when you're at home. But lads were generally just really excited to give the three lads who got their 50 caps last week. We spoke all week about doing it for them and making sure that they had a really special day for themselves, that they could remember, their families could be proud of, and things like that. And we weren't going out thinking, we're definitely going to do this, but we were saying to ourselves, regardless of what happens, we're going to keep on pushing on. We're going to stay in the moment and be better. And I think that's probably something we didn't do 12 months ago in Paris. Our heads went down when we conceded a few early tries and stuff. But I think if that happened on the weekend, we would have been in a different scenario altogether. We just kept on worrying about the next moment. And thankfully, we got the result in the end. So, I think for me personally, it's a bit different when you're on the bench. You're kind of just, am I going to come on the first minute? Am I coming on the 79th minute? So you don't want to peak your emotions too early on it. So you're trying to stay about a more even keel.
Obviously, Wales is in the past for you guys, but have you chatted amongst yourself, just talking about a strike, a Six-Nation strike? I've never heard a team threatening to strike 9 days out from a match. Have you spoken about that without getting into the details of Wales?
We were chatting about it. Just some of the lads were chatting about it earlier. Obviously, Tyke Byrne was here briefly earlier, and he would have a better understanding of those things from his time in Wales. And look, it's obviously tough to hear that your lads you've played with and stuff, and from competing with are kind of struggling in that regard. And at the end of the day, it's a job, and it's not an easy position when you've got no job security. So I hopefully they sort it out, and I hope for the competition's sake that game goes ahead. But fair play to the lads in Wales. I'm sure they're making some tough decisions about it, and I know they'll hopefully come out on the right side of it.